What it do? Thank you for tuning in, tapping in, and watching me for another edition of Live on Sunday, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here and chop it up with me, man. I want to thank everybody for getting to tap in with me. Anything you do for your boy, I am more than appreciative. If you're new to the channel, I am your boy King Crowder, man, residing in that great state of Houston, Texas, baby, by the way of VA in the building. If all I want you to do is comment, like, share the live, share the live, share the live. Before we always begin, I always like to give you the knowledge. Say the knowledge with you. Book of the week is on the great Neely Fuller. Type in if you can see it. Neely Fuller's compensatory race code is a phenomenal and a game changer, ladies and gentlemen. If you have never read this book, heard of this book, added it to your library, I advise you highly to add this. It will change your perspective, open your mind, and teach you about racial dynamics in this country. It touches immigration, public policy, sex, religion, economics, and the joys and things we see each and every day. One of our greatest Black scholars that ever lived, the great brother Neely Fuller, who transitioned late last year. Get that book and get it to the library for me. While we get ready to tap in, let me tap in hot with you, man. Today's topic is why FBA is always the problem. How come they can disrespect us, but the moment we defend, go against, or try to put up a conversation, it's always us. Remember, you can hit me, you can slap me, but I'm being divisive, nigga. I'm being toxic, nigga. If I simply respond. I want to know where that narrative came from, let's be honest. The great Reverend Martin Luther King had a nonviolent movement, which he was a leader in his generation, and we respect Dr. King, and I will never disrespect one of our icons for feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing, chicken wing, shout out to you, baby. Tap in if you got something to say, is that we are now living in the FBA era. The foundation of this country have a different energy, a different likeness. There is no more let's get along to get along. Because you know why, ladies and gentlemen? People have gotten so bleeping disrespectful. And the reason is Exhibit A, y'all. If you haven't seen the video that shocked the world, is another case studies in why FBAs must continue to stand on code. Take a listen. Cool. Shout out to the Daily Wrap Up Crew podcast. Shout out to them.
I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Did you catch that? She got on a show looking, dressing, sounding, and appearing like a Black American woman. But she got on a show and said an entire ethnic group was dirty. I want you to think about that for a second, ladies and gentlemen. If I got on a show and called Haitians dirty, my father would call me. My mother would call me. She would tell me, son, there's no way you could be of our family and publicly get online and disrespect or speak that way against people. She would say, son, you of our ethnic heritage and lineage, we don't do that publicly. I want you to think about that for a second, y'all. And it ain't for all my Haitians out there. I got some great Haitian friends. You know who you are. Ça passe. But the ones that got online and saw this young lady make a derogatory term by calling someone unclean and dirty. Can you imagine saying that? The words couldn't even fathom me to talk that way about somebody. But I want to let it play before I cook on the rest later.
Wait, what?
Huh? What?
Wait, what?
The brothers caught her and they got a response.
American? Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty Black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said.
And that wasn't funny, man. For you to say that and to laugh afterwards, that was not funny.
I did.
Why you say that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty Black American.
She just said that?
I did. A dirty Black American. I sure did. Because
And it was no shame about it. You know, a lot of the times when they talk about Black women, a lot of the times they're talking about non-FBA women. To get on a public platform and to say a degenerate term by calling someone dirty, unclean, and naming an ethnic group that way, while calling yourself Bad Breed NYC.
that's what y'all are.
So all Americans is dirty Black Americans?
I mean, you know, the ones I've come across.
Huh?
Wow. Wow.
So what is Haitians then? I'm confused.
Dirty Black Haitians.
Okay, so keep that energy for everybody. Don't just keep it for us. Like,
Don't say that energy at all. For you to get on a public platform and think it's cool to even speak to anyone that way, man. Well, your mama and daddy, your brother, your cousins. Do you understand if you say a word like that, you are liable to get hands and feet put on you? People have gotten so comfortable with being outlandishly disrespectful, they don't even fear to punch you in the face no more. I generally fear y'all talking like it is knowing where I come from. If I call you dirty, bro, that's liable to punch your face. Straight up. And you said this publicly without a flinch.
what are you talking about? Like,
You're
yo,
American.
yeah, hell yeah. Don't ever say no
You
dirty
from the
Black
South?
American shit. Like, what?
You from the
Like,
South?
my
From the
family, like, yeah.
Okay, where?
Why it matter?
No, I'm just asking. No, we're not having a
And then to challenge and say, where?
It's the South, regardless. Like, I got family in Florida. I got family in Georgia.
I mean, I want to know, like, where.
You trying to be. I know what you're doing. Like, I know what you're doing. It's that Caribbean shit. I know what you're doing.
What am I doing?
Just chill out on that dirty Black American comment. That's all. Like,
I'm sorry. You really took offense to that.
And to say it like they shouldn't take an offense.
anybody would take offense to that.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You
I
don't
didn't.
accept apology.
Why you said that though?
We don't accept your apology. And it's not funny.
I'm saying, why would you even fix your lips and say that, though? I'm confused.
Because that's just my experience. Like,
You need to read. You need to go out more, man. You do.
it's my experience. So I'm going to speak on it. But I apologize.
It's your experience?
Yeah. So I apologize
What experience you had?
if I offended you.
To say that I apologize for offending you by saying that you are unclean is brazen.
Accept the apology?
No.
Yeah, like that's super disrespectful. Like,
She did say it's dirty Black Haitians too, though.
nah, I would never fix my lips to say, and I know some dirty Black Haitians. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would never fix.
Shout out to the brother for responding. The thing that highlighted me about this clip, y'all, is I want to pay attention to something. It's been about 7 days since this clip went viral and people have been talking about it. The amount of Haitian women who have not, who did not, and who have not condemned her is alarming. I saw online FBA sisters going to town as they should, right? But I want to point out something. If I know something is wrong and I don't say anything, that means I agree. No. The people around the world have made it very clear that they are very vocal about speaking on American issues, especially Black American topics. And I want to get to this point. Silence is a message. Not saying nothing is a form of agreement. If I hear this sister say something, this Haitian woman say something, and I'm of the same descent, don't get in the comments. Make a video, bump your chest, and state how you feel in the opposite. I want everybody to pay attention to something, y'all. I'm looking to my left and to my right. Who hasn't said nothing against this subject? I don't want you in the comments. I want that video. I want that open dialogue of people who condemn this individual for saying that. Because I see what the FBA is doing online and publicly, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. But I want all my sisters to pay attention. Notice who didn't. Notice all of those influencers that you watch, you support, and you respond to who speak openly about hip hop and all other Black issues. But when this came about, they said nothing. King Crowder, why are you harping on that, man? Why is it such a big deal? Because when you say nothing, ladies and gentlemen, that means you agree. If I don't say nothing about you being openly disrespected, if I don't condemn somebody from where I'm from for disrespecting you with my name attached to it, that means I support and I agree with it. King Crowder, you overstating yourself, man. You saying stuff that shouldn't be said. No, sir. That means they all agree with it. That means in that whole area where she from, her friends, her family, her loved ones have implemented that in her mentality. I said openly how I felt about you, and no one else said nothing. Don't get mad. Watch. Nod your head. Pay attention and move accordingly. Remember that old saying, y'all? All skin folks ain't your kin folks. Some of your friends could be frenemies. That was a direct indicator right in real time. King Crowder, why do I need to start off about that? Because I want you to notice something, y'all. All the influencers and other guys that have political commentary who speak openly about FBA and demonstrative and egotistical, yada, 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 where were they? No. We ain't ducking nothing over here. We hit it right here between the eyes. Where were they? I ain't seen the video. I ain't seen a long rant. I ain't seen the conversation. I haven't seen an intellectual discourse. I didn't see what you were reading about on this subject. I didn't hear nothing. Nothing is an answer. No response is a response. Silence is a form of agreement, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled by that. You ain't got to tell me you don't rock with it. You not telling me nothing shows me that you do. Because there is something called verbal communication and nonverbal communication. And if non-verbally I don't say nothing but my actions act like I align with it, I got to know that's how you really feel. And when you show me how you really feel, in the great quote, believe it. You show me you don't like me. You show me you don't have no respect for me. And you show me how disrespectful, distasteful that comment was openly. I support it. King Crowder, you going too hard, man. She was one person that spoke on one issue. No, she wasn't. She was a New Yorker speaking how many of them speak about Black Americans in the South. Y'all, we have to be acknowledged what's the energy going on up there. It's a reason why New York City fell off. It's a reason why New York City is trash. The music, the style, no cultural influence. It's because of that. It's a rhetoric going on right now that is anti-Black American. Let's stop ignoring it. Let's acknowledge the line. I'm acknowledging how you feel. Now respect what come with it and how I feel. I'm not mad. I'm just telling you I acknowledge it's there. Now I have to defend myself. I have to counterpunch when that issue comes about. And most importantly, I got to let the squad and gang know. And FBA culture, people don't know there's always a conversation about it. We're going to talk about this. We're going to spread the news. There's going to be chatter. And this will be the new norm. You can no longer say solutions have to be solely on us while you disrespect us. Now, you have to be willing to both provide, give, and have accountability. In today's live, we're addressing all things. Why it's not going to be going on in the future and what you can be expecting for the FBAs moving forward. Next, you know, I try so hard to support this brother, man. I showed last week about his school officially being complete. I try to show love and provide clarity, but I always feel like now it's a damn scam. And you know, the one thing that I said last week that I really said that people really liked, as a man, at the end of the day, you have to show your work. Dr. Umar has lived off his previous work and has not updated his resume. His resume has remained stagnant and remained the same. You have stuck head first without any work or prosperity being shown. The people that you were beefing with, had problems with, have shown work and proven history over and over and over and over again. All I see you do now, brother, is speak and talk disparagingly about others. But in this video, is he trying to ride the FBA wave? Take a listen.
So my movement to counteract the negativity of these movements we're discussing is going to be the DAFA movement. DAFA, descendants of African freedmen in America.
What the hell did he just say? Dr. Umar, did you try to remix FBA? Bro, did you really get on live on this brother interview and try to remix a talking point, dog? You know, it's one thing for you to try to say it ain't real. It's one thing for you to say the steam and other things are not happening. But it's another thing for you to try to remix it and add your salt in the game. FBA? Dog. Umar, the Pan-African wave is done, bro. It's done. Stop fighting it. Stop going against it. Focus on your school, bro. Focus on you building what you said should be open. As somebody that wants to see you shine, all this antics, all this bullshit you talking, we don't care. You have to show results. We don't want to hear no more speeches. We don't want to hear no more what you remixing. We want to see it open, school, full 3 years. It's a shame you getting on a podcast talking like this. But let's let it keep it going.
Remember, Loom, after freedom came, we were known as what? Freedmen. That was a legal classification. We were the freedmen. My 3 times great-grandfather George fought in the Civil War. My 4 times great-grandfather Steve fought in the Civil War. My cousins Lewis and Charles, the sons of Frederick Douglass, fought in the Civil War. I'm a descendant of freedmen who fought to keep this country from being divided. And we have right.
But you're dividing it more, man. You getting on camera right now, going against something whose steam has already left the boat. You are making a claim about energy that is already gone, dog. The delineation wave is here. It is not stopping. It is here. The train is gone. Why are you now speaking on what you're trying to build? Why haven't you had the same energy towards the disrespect and the xenophobia on the other side, man? That's the one thing I dislike the most about these conversations, ladies and gentlemen. He's jumping in the conversation midpoint, no solution, more confusion.
As freedmen, so we're fighting as descendants of African, not no American. You ain't never putting that no title, no organization of mine. Descendants of African freedmen in America.
Can you not focus on that, brother? And I'm being for real. Focus on what's in front of you or getting it going. Why are you worried about starting anything else when you haven't produced the main cause of your focus? Organization, get to school, dog. Stop trying to pivot away and turn away the conversation. The wave is what it is, dog. The delineation and the focus is transparent, is honest and direct. The Pan-African wave is no longer there. It's not. The support is not the same. And you know why it's not the same? Because in that first video, there is clearly a barrier on that side. And FBAs keep getting tagged in the fall solution that they have to do the work on. The work has to be done on the other side. Then you come back and say, this is what we done. You know, you got to meet in the middle. I bring my food, you bring your food, we make something better. But if you ain't got no food, but you constantly eating off me, I got to cut you off at the limbs and toes, feet, ankle, whatever you call it, bro. But for you to get on an interview, another damn interview, wasting time. We ain't seen the inside of your building. We ain't seen the results of your craft. We ain't seen the enrollment numbers. We ain't seen the staff, the personnel, the themes, the logos, the school chants. That should be your focus, bro. All this other stuff, FBA, DFA, DAM, Pan-Africanists, we don't give a damn. We don't. And it hurts you, it harms you, and you need direct people that need to tell you. Because while you on podcasts, not producing we actually have real numbers and people in the real world putting in their hard work and statistics. Share the live, share the live, share the live, ladies and gentlemen. And this great bit of information, shout out to the South. Because when you rely on the work over the word, the numbers will spread, man. All my fellas, don't skip no turns. Put that work in. Pay attention. Pay attention.
This is the best story of the day. Listen to this. A New York Times opinion piece is praising 3 red Southern states for turning their educational systems around in a dramatic way. It's Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama, and they are being called the best hope in schooling after each rose through.
Did you hear that, yo? Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama are leading the nation with future and better education than all other counties. Can we say something nobody else wants to say? That is majority Black cities. Black teachers, Black professors, Black collocation, Black lessons, and Black people are forming up and saying, hey, we need to help our children educate and learn better. The poorest states in the union, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, are outperforming California, Massachusetts, and all those other places with liberal numbers? Let's listen.
Through the ranks in math, reading, and attendance metrics. Many of them, Mississippi was at the bottom there. Now let's look at the data. Louisiana is #1 in the country for recovery from pandemic losses in reading and second in math, right behind Alabama. And in addition to that victory, Alabama also now has the lowest chronic absenteeism of states with available data. And Mississippi has gone from the bottom of the barrel in 4th and 8th grade math levels to #1 in the entire country when adjusted.
One more time. Amazing, phenomenal, amazing, phenomenal.
Adjusted for demographics. Plus, according to the nation's report card, Mississippi's Black 4th graders, their reading scores are better than those in Massachusetts. And
did you catch that for a second, yo? The Black American population in Mississippi, stand up. While everybody else on podcasts, we got educated officials, shout out to the gang, in that area putting in the work. Did y'all catch that? Mississippi black students in the 4th grade are reading better than Boston. Remember, those children are Ivy League, MIT, graded up, richly and influenced students. And they're doing better in Mississippi.
Massachusetts spends so much more money. Now, the author of the piece says he tried to highlight these gains years ago, but Democrats just didn't want to hear it. Quote, I wrote about Mississippi's educational successes in 2023, but many of my fellow liberals then scoffed at the notion of learning from a state so tainted. It suggests that other states can also lift student trajectories if they are willing to learn from Southern red states they may be more accustomed to looking down on.
Y'all. Wow. Did you know that Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama are outperforming most of our states in the future and with Gen Alpha moving forward on education levels because they have revolutionized to educate students and meet them where they are? Why everyone else, Umar exceptionally, is talking about other narratives, the truly educated facility of these red Southern Black states are revolutionized the way students are doing. What are they doing, King Crowder? They put in the student first. They are removing politics. They're removing agendas. They're focusing on math, reading, mathematics, and just coming to school, feeding them, talking to them, and having a real intellectual discourse and conversation. Why does all this matter, y'all? Because remember, at the end of the day, your results are what you are judged by. Your work is what you are judged by. The effort is what you are judged by. Stop looking at anyone to perform and do something for you, y'all. Even like me. I'm using myself for a great example. I had to learn YouTube as I went. And you know what I learned the most? Stop asking for this, y'all. Put the work in and get better every single day. When you become exceptional, people will find you. You have to get better at your speaking, your investment, your light, all that stuff. Y'all may seem small, but you got to invest in that first. And when you get good, the numbers and everything else will come. Stop looking for them to be astronomical. Build it brick by brick, step by step, layer by layer. And the reason why these topics are so important, y'all, because FBAs are focusing on our solution-based era. Like I said in the live on Wednesday, we are officially in the love era, ladies and gentlemen. Delineation means love. That means self-focus. That means self-improvement. And we are seeing solving problems for ourselves. Why is it so scary? We're not worried about your issues. We're worried about ours. We're not worried about your problems. We're worried about ours. We're not worried about what you have going on right now. The FBA energy is building with us. And you know the reason why we got to focus on that, y'all? The next clip I'm going to show you is not meant to be disrespectful. It is not meant to be disheartening or disrespect another country. But when you don't focus on your problems, when you don't anchor down and lock in on what's important, when you don't talk about or have intellectual conversations with your young, building their confidence and what they're going through, you will have places like this, y'all. And I believe a video, a picture is worth 1,000 subjects. And sometimes seeing it in real time will always alarm you. So this video is about another country. I'm not going to name the country, but this is what happens when you don't invest and do what you're supposed to do right now.
Advocacy is like a local language here in Kenya. Very intelligent. Appreciate so much, guys. Yeah, the most important thing, like I said, is us understanding each other. You know, I've been to Kenya. How was your experience? You will be surprised that those saying your English is bad can't speak at all. Really. Hi from the UK. Welcome from the UK.
Is that not breathtaking to see in real time, y'all? Just look at it. I'm gonna let it play for about 30 more seconds before I take off.
How are you? You good? Does your government give money to live? No, over here is you. It is you to sort yourself out. No one is coming to save you. The government over here, they don't. If they haven't made a road for us to pass, there's no sanitation. Why will you imagine they can give us even the money? You know, over here, like I wish you could understand the kind of lifestyle people live here. I really wish you could. It's sad that people have to live that way, though. Hawaii is part of America. Oh, nice. So glad that you guys are here. Yeah, those power lines are closed. Thank you for the roses. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so thank you so much for the roses, guys. We appreciate it. I love the way you say connect card. Ha 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 ha. I was on the ground trash.
Shout out to my dog, Where Macaulay.
What's up, man?
Man, Mike, a video was worth 1,000 words, dog.
Hey, T, hold on. I can't hear you, bro.
Take your time. Can you hear me now, fam? Mike with his audio, janky audio. He getting it in there. Got one guy coming through, y'all. But while we waiting on, can you hear me now, Mike? He coming through technical difficulties, y'all. But as we were chopping up and giving a game, that video, y'all, was about a country, man, and it's disheartening. I want you to see. I'm gonna pull it up in real time as we wait for our dog to get back up here. I know he got some conversation for us, y'all. This is what happens when you don't make your issues and what you dealing with a priority. It's no shade. It's no disrespect. It is simply.
Yeah.
Ty, what's good, Mike? Can you hear me?
Why is it?
I can hear you, Mike. I can see your face. My dog, Mike, I'm on here. I can see you. I can't see your audio levels. I can hear it, but I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? We'll see that one. So, but as we cook, can you hear me, Mike?
I can't hear anything.
But as my
Can you
dog,
at least hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dog. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you at all. Hold on. It's not
So
the
what we got
headphones.
going on too, y'all, as we said, we saw that, man, and seeing how people have to live after they do not focus or center in on problems. Seeing people with trash, filth, things going around the issue is what happened, ladies and gentlemen, when you kick your problems down the street. The FBA movement, the self-love, the improvement era is about focusing on your problems, your issues, your difficulties, and things you see going on right now. And the reason why I like to talk about this issue so much, ladies and gentlemen, because I love the love era that we're in. The love era is putting the problems on the forefront. The problems are, you know them, delineation, reparations, anti-Black crime bill, right to economic injustice. We know what they are, because if we don't, we ain't far from it, man. And we got to watch. We got to observe. Salute to you too, big dog. Salute to you too. We got to watch. We got to observe these things, y'all, because if not, it will become normal. And the reason why I believe we got to watch, we got to observe these things, y'all, is because we can't let it happen. We can't. And it's no shade, y'all. It's no animosity. It is no disrespect. It is what we see on the field. So when we bring up these examples in real time, when we show these things happening, what do, King Crowder? A, we learn. We get the notes, we bring it back, we talk about it, we share the information, and we move along accordingly. And when we move along accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, we make adjustments. Yo, we can't do that no more. Yo, that trash, that stuff they got going on, I hear what they saying, but look how they living, bro. I mean, we don't live in filth and grime and slime. So this is what we got to do moving forward. And once we get our notes, we prepare ourselves, we move and operate accordingly. We move it accordingly. As I said with my dog Mike, man, that video we just saw, Mike, on the live. You got background noise, Mike. Turn it down.
All right.
As we said on that thing too, man, that video we just watched, Mike, and we see filth like this in third world countries, man. What is it like, Mike, when you see that in real time, how people actually live like that, dog, on that video we just watched, man?
Man, it hurts my heart, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because out of all the billionaires in the world, right, the top 1%, they can create with the money that they have established, if they all banded together, establishments to be able to fix that. Think about it. Think about how much money Elon Musk has. He has like $240 billion. That's money that a lot of people in your family not gonna be able to spend, like in lifetimes, not able to spend it all. And think about how many billionaires that we have in the world, right? So I thought about it. Like places like that, hunger, massive poverty. If we just had superpowers to be that would be unselfish and make sure that everyone in the world, right, was at least okay, had a house and food. It doesn't have to be a big house, just something. We have enough people with the amount of money in the world that's floating around with the billionaires and the millionaires. We have enough money that no one should be living like that.
Shout out to my dog.
I don't know, How you feel about it?
I feel, Mike, this is what happens when people don't deal with the problems at home, Mike. Whenever you choose to leave, Mike, and go away from your problems where it's going on, that's the result of it. And a lot of those countries, Mike, they come here around us, Mike. Well, we got it popping, but you're leaving places that are decimated. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I hear all the time, Mike, it is so brave that I immigrated here. It is so brave that I did this and did that. You know the first thing I respond back to, Mike? So my parents wasn't brave for staying in the country in front of Jim Crow?
Facts.
My parents weren't brave, Mike, for going to segregated school like Mike's parents. Our parents wasn't brave for saying, I ain't going nowhere. I don't care what y'all got going on. So bravery is just on one side.
Bro, my mom was telling me a story that she remembered when Disneyland became integrated, bro. Like, she remembers the first time that they allowed Black people to come to Disneyland, and her mother and her grandmother made sure that they were some of the first Black people to experience Disneyland, bro. So that's crazy
Think
to
about
me.
how deep that is, bro. And Mike, that is less than 6 people think that's a long, it ain't that long ago, Mike. But when they say those
No, it's
bravery,
not.
Mike, yeah, absolutely. We ain't mad to all of it, brother. But when they say those comments to me, Mike, the first thing I always say is that we call bravery the wrong terms. It's braver for you to stay where you are, Mike, and fix things. Because if not, Mike, we see it like that.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, that video hurt me, bro, because
It hurt you, Mike, and you
no
get
running
used to it
water.
like that. None, Mike. None. And you know what, Mike? I've learned, and it's not to punch down on people, but it's so many problems that could be discussed, talk about, and when you avoid them, Mike, they don't go nowhere. And I believe we see it all around us, Mike. Mike, there is a video going on right now. I'm trying to find it, brother. Of a if I can pull it up, Mike. Let me see if I can. There was the leader. Oh God, I don't even know where it is. They might have took it down. But let me go ahead and switch gears with it, Mike. It is so many other things that needs to happen in this country, Mike. So many things, right? And you have people that are doing disrespectful things like this, Mike. Pay attention, family. Fair use. Fair use.
I did like white dudes. Yes. Like white kids. Is that racist for me to say call them white kids? I was like, that's white king come through. The world is your oyster. Yes. I did like white dudes. Yeah.
Mike, the creator of that, I don't know if you saw it going on, y'all. I did like white video. The creator, Mike, of the video, the content that went viral this week, Mike, of the do-rag man. I don't know if you saw that video, Mike, right? It's a video about a cartoon character called Do-Rag Man. And the creator of that cartoon, Mike, got on a live camera and said what she said. Hey, I only date white dudes. I'm from Jamaica. Mike, that was the whole point, Mike. When I saw that comment, Mike, when I saw that thing and I saw that come up in real time, first off, what was your honest feelings, Mike? What did you think seeing that? And what is your thoughts on that content and that comedy skit they're making? That was a derogatory term about Black people in this country being do-rag man cartoon, Mike, for a white syndicate show.
I don't like it because I could see if it was somebody from the culture making something called do-rag man and paying homage to the actual people that created the do-rag, because it's such a pivotal point in hair culture that we don't take notice of, right? But for you to be from out of the United States, only dating white men, and you're propagating the Black culture and making a cartoon called Do-Rag Man, and it's a white syndicated show, I just find that 100% wrong, because when you don't even represent the culture, you're not even Black American, or Black American who has dealt with the struggles of what we've been through. I think it's a pun, a play on the culture and society, and it's sickening, bro. It's sick because you're not even from here. And
Mike,
do show the Jamaican culture.
D pointing out, Mike, she also made a movie about Jamaicans sacrificing Black American families, Mike, to come home. Have you seen that? She made that movie, Mike, the same director.
Damn. Okay.
You got to stay abreast of these conversations and you got to talk about it, Mike. She made the same film about that this week, Mike. I had to sacrifice a Black American family to come home, Mike. When people have contempt for you, believe them. We
Yeah,
got to
bro, she's
believe them.
showing you who she really is, and she's telling you who she really is. And I can guarantee you, the more we support something like that, the more people are like her are gonna exist. Like, where are the people that's like, nah? You know what I'm saying? Like, where the executives or the Black executives that are like, nah, we're not gonna get that show no love. We're not gonna even let that go viral. Where are the culture people at, man? Like, it can't just be me and you that's like, nah, like,
Well,
where are the people that have a bigger platform? You know what I'm saying? Like, we so, and I think we're getting numb to the societal things that are happening that we're not saying that. Like, every instance is a fight, and we need to fight like it's the civil rights or something near and dear to our heart. Because if we continue to let this happen, bro, the mockery will get worse.
shout out to my
It will.
dog, Mike.
I don't see nobody standing up, bro. I don't see.
Well, the thing is, Mike, long as we doing it, man, the culture gonna follow, Mike. We've been ahead of the curve on a lot of things, Mike, that we've seen happen. So, like I said, man, keep making the beautiful plan points. But to me, it's just an outstanding thing, Mike, to see these things and to show real problems, Mike. Because I'm gonna show you something, Mike, that blew my mind this week. You know, me and Mike always come to you with the first news. Mike, the prime minister, which is their president, got on there and said, "You are not homeless. Return home to Jamaica, Mike." Jamaicans live in the United States who are at risk of being deported in the Trump administration as immigration crackdown. You should consider returning to your homeland, Mike, and build wealth. The Jamaican prime minister says, man, we need to come home and return because our birth rates are low. We have loans, qualifications, and other things we can build in Jamaica. We need you. Mike, the prime minister, the president of Jamaica, got on national TV pleading, begging, wanting fellow Jamaicans to return home. When we talk about these conversations, Mike, this is what we're talking about right here. This should be at the forefront. Like, a president got on here saying natives come home. Instead of you making do-rag man, Mike, instead of you liking white zaddy, this is the conversations we need to be talking about, Mike. Your thoughts, man?
I think it's when your nation's president got to get on media and say, "Hey, it's bad out here in the country. If we don't stop this now, we're not gonna exist. Come on home. We need y'all to create." That's crazy. Why is nobody creating at home? Why is nobody? They so proud. They proud of their ethnicity when they here. Be proud and go back home and, like you said, create, develop, plan, grow, strategically organize. But you get here, I'm not Black, I'm Jamaican. We'll be
Mike,
Jamaican. It's cool.
And remember, Mike, it's easier to build when something foundation is already set up for. The one thing that I learned early on, Mike, since graduating from Hampton in college, Mike been in the same way. It is easier to build with people the foundation already set, Mike. And when you gotta lay that groundwork, Mike, when you gotta set the debris, when you gotta remove all that grunt, when you gotta get hand in dirt, when you gotta have your own version of the civil rights movement, that ain't easy, Mike.
Yeah, but it's more rewarding. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, everybody would have the civil rights. If it was easy,
Mike, that's
everybody would have. So that's the crazy part about it. We have already set the foundation and you want to come here and ride the wave, and then you don't even want to set it up at home. Like, but you so proud. You so proud. I'm not Black.
Mike Spit, man, I agree with you, Mike. I think that is the main philosophical difference that we will see in our lifetime as an adults, man, and Mike spitting on is that is the main issue that we have right now, ladies and gentlemen, is because of that. You know what I'm saying? It is. And I believe once we keep talking about it more, as Mike broke down earlier in the live, Mike, it's a lot more things that will be broken down against Mike. And Mike, I don't know if you heard, your boy Umar back, Mike. If you didn't heard, y'all,
Man,
he back, right? And as he's back, y'all, now he has a take on reparations, y'all. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention.
Reparations, the debt is lineage specific. So I don't want to remove the point. Like I like how you put it, right? That before America was America, there were the same behavior. Yeah. So, but I think the British should pay for that.
Yes.
Or did you say what the funds transferred
part
to?
Of your reparations is coming from who? The British. And if we go 1619, right, to 1719, that's 100 years. And then 1719 to 1776.
You notice all the conversations are pivoting towards something else. At first, you were saying we ain't gonna get it, we don't deserve it. Now you are telling me which country has to pay. Umar, I mean, you're all over the place, baby. You all over the place. You over here talking about what the reparations claim made. Now we got to break down and dive into it even more. Let's keep listening to y'all.
Reparations is coming from who? The British. And if we go 1619, right, to 1719, that's 100 years. And then 1719 to 1776, that's like almost 60. So 160 years of your 250. Guess what? Most of your time in American slavery was under the British, not the Americans. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We just did the math. Most of your time enslaved in America was under the British.
Reparations, the debt is lineage specific.
Mike, can Umar make up his damn mind? This last week, Mike, he said we don't deserve it. Now he's talking about who got to pay it out, man. I know you had some strong feelings about this, brother Mike. Talk about it, man.
bro, first of all, if it's not about the Marcus Garvey School for Gifted Boys, shut the fuck up. Period. Until you get them people their money back, until you produce results, we don't want to hear nothing. We don't want to hear no commentary about any type of things unless it's Marcus Garvey School of Gifted Boys. That's it, bro. Like, stop it. Like, you done took them people money, you have created fraud, and you still talking on shit that you shouldn't be talking on. You said we shouldn't have it. We shouldn't be giving out the money. Now you saying the British should be giving the money. Now I'm starting to think that you part of the plan of us not getting the money.
Mike,
Because
what about how many Pan-African donate to the school? Why is it the school Jamaican for? And that is a good point, Mike. Why is it the school in Jamaica for Harvey? Douglas was not African. He was everywhere but in the school. Damn. Let me go ahead and hit 5 for that one, Mike. I agree. Go ahead, keep cooking like you were saying, man.
But I'm like, man, I'm getting sick of Dr. Umar.
It's loud back here.
All right, my bad, bro. I had to move locations because the internet was messing up.
You fine. And as Mike was saying with it, man, he was over there cooking it up about Umar, what he's working with. What was you saying, G?
Man, the thing about it is this. Like, we got to stop letting these people rob us and then still have platforms. We got to stop letting these people, when your 15 minutes of fame is up, we need the Sandman at the Apollo to come on and usher Dr. Umar off the stage. Like, and why do people keep allowing him to speak places? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Yeah, he's definitely moving the goalposts against himself. But why do we continue to let Dr. Umar speak? Like, why? And he's speaking on black platforms. So why is nobody like, hey, man, what's up with that school? You talking about reparations, but what about the people's reparations that donated to the school and you never built it? They need reparations too. Like, come on, man. We keep letting clowns be clowns. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, he had a part 2 to this conversation that he said that I believe also needs to be. We're going to bring it up, y'all. You know, we dress it all here.
We saying if America says we're giving reparations for what happened to black people in America, who does that go to?
I disagree. Let me clarify. There is no America until July 4th, 1776. But my ancestors got here under British North American slavery, not the Spanish. They were there first, right? But Spanish don't control the United States of America, right? Anglo-Saxons do. America was born of the 13 British colonies, right? That was born July 4th, 1776, Loon. So under whose control and dominion were we from 1619 until 1776?
You notice, Mike, he didn't answer the question about who getting the reparations. I just caught that, Mike. Like you said, Mike, why is this brother still talking? Umar, you need to be focused on the school, my boy. We don't want to hear no commentary. We don't want to hear no words. Mike said it best. Who's getting reparations for the check? Where's the building at? Where is everybody going to speak and see in real time? We tired of hearing you talk, dog. And at that point, and that's same as the Pan-Africans. Facts, dog. Facts. Everything about it, man. It just don't make no sense. It's sad to see it, man. It's sad to see someone that recently headshine fall off the way he did, man. Mike, your thoughts, dog?
Man, it's almost like, hey, what happened to you? You know, you used to be the man, homie. I think this is what happened, right? You get so much fame and such a big head, you stop becoming humble. Everybody's great when they're humble, but when the humble monster is gone, it's sickening to see your egotistical like thoughts. And like now that you're on the pedestal, you have to continue to be on the pedestal. But I liked it better when Dr. Umar was grinding for success. You know what I'm saying? He was more authentic. We lose our authentic selves once we get the money, the notoriety, and the fame. And we all need to go back to being authentically us. Authentically you was actually really truthfully trying to do something. Fact.
They own him, Mike.
Fact.
Umar, answer the Pan-African business. I ain't lying. Mind this Pan-African business. Answer the question, Umar. They own your business, Mike. You on right. I agree with you, man. I think he lost his luster, Mike. And as all men, we are based off of productivity. What have you produced, brother?
Nothing. Him and Obama riding in the same boat.
Ooh, Mike going in. The coon train, Mike. Is that what I'm hearing? I agree with you 1,000%, Mike. And man, as we change gears, as we continue to cook up, man, we're gonna switch it up right quick. Mike, you know, it was something said, y'all, you know, as we address all topics here. T.I. got on the interview, Mike, and spoke on how he felt, Mike. I'm gonna let it play, then we're gonna let it rock. Share it alive. Umar is best talking about scams, man. You on his neck, brother. Facts.
Okay, so first, like, you know, it was really about celebrating each other's catalog. Me and that nigga talk back there, bro. This shit, I ain't just called a nigga out the blue. Yeah. Me and that nigga talk back there.
You talking about you were 50?
Yeah, man. We talk about this shit, man. This shit just come out of nowhere. Nigga, we were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows and shit while we were around each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, shit, what you think about that? He like, shit, you want to do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So shit. And I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it up. Wow. And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, nigga act like he ain't know what the fuck was going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it about, oh, you playing? Okay, you gonna play. All right, cool. Well, how about fuck all of it? Fuck all of it. I don't even want to, man. Cause now I question your character. Any nigga gonna get kick that kind of shit, then, you know, man, nigga, just say you don't want to do it. All the other extra lame ass shit, man, this shit.
What T.I. is speaking about, ladies and gentlemen, is that he said him and 50 agreed to a versus, Mike. King of the South versus King of New York. It makes sense. We had a conversation. We had an agreement. 50 agreed. When he started the promo and momentum forward, 50 turned left. Mike, your thoughts?
Well, manly principles always reside, and shout out to the King T.I. He always stands on manly principles. But if me and you, Terrell, have a manly agreement, word is bond. Hey, let's do this. Like T.I. said, the least you could do for my friendship is just say, nah, bro, I don't think I really want to do that anymore. But to make a plan, and when the first party executes their portion of the plan and you pull the rug from underneath them, I don't respect that at all as a business. And all we've been seeing you do, 50, is have business and whole business, but that's not good business. If
And
you're gonna
Mike
do
just saw my 50 Cent might have went too far. I
uh
said my name out your mouth and you post a picture of his old lady, dog.
yeah, but like that's not gangster because from the gangster rules that I know, women and children are innocent, right? So why are we talking and putting T.I.'s wife on blast like this? Women and children are innocent. We all know 50's a troll, and I just don't know how much worth can we really put on 50 Cent? Yes, and I think 50 was scared of the whooping. We gotta understand, T.I. got a good catalog. T.I. got a very good catalog. T.I. has
I
a
think the
very
one
good
thing that 50 has to deal with now, Mike, is that we see you. 50 T.I. did something masterful, Mike. What he says makes sense, so it wasn't a lie. King of the South versus King of New York. 50, you always say he was King of New York. He the King of the South. So you can't say it don't make sense. If you said you didn't want to do it, it can be there. But to troll, and one thing that T.I. pointed out too, Mike, you don't do it to no white man.
Yeah, you cooning and buffooning, bro.
You do it on Jay-Z, you do it on Diddy. Why is it always a certain angle, you know what I'm saying, Mike? The Epstein files, Bill Gates in there, you throw Jay-Z in the mix. What's not saying he don't deserve it, Mike?
Yeah, but you could have threw a punch at anybody that was on the list. But you chose the black man. But that's also because money has changed 50, 100%. Or, well, no, money doesn't change people. Money just amplifies who you really are. You know what I'm saying? So we seeing him, and he's being authentically himself. So, but I do think it's lame. I would have liked it, but the problem is this: T.I. would have won. You know what I'm saying? Like T.I., I know that, you know that, the crowd knows that, 50 knows that. So in the moment, and I promise you this, 50 most likely thought that it wasn't gonna be something that was gonna be for real. Like you, Terrell, we all have had conversations, and you know, like that nigga bullshit. So maybe T.I. called his bluff, and it was like, damn, I ain't know this nigga was for real about this shit. Now we doing it for real. He promoting it and shit. You know you gonna catch it.
Well, the one thing about me, Mike, and I think a lot of New York cats struggle with this, Mike. We from the South. Our word is bond.
100.
What we say, what we mean, Mike, ain't no bluff to it. New York has this little principle things, Mike, where they say something, but they don't really mean it. You know what I'm saying, Mike? New York cats have that energy. Me and Mike from the South. Ain't no code about playing. When we say something, bro, our word is everything. And I think 50 has to understand. You can't treat T.I. like you did Jim Jones and them, Mike.
Yeah, he's much bigger star. He a much bigger star. You can't embarrass him like that.
No, you can't be disrespectful like that. You can't say a little tone like that. And at the end of the day, if it's facts, ain't no conversation, Mike. You feel me? If it's offended fact, it's offended fact, bro.
Bro, but I'm beefing with you, and I put me and you beefing, and I put D up there. That's some whole shit, bro. That's some whole shit.
I agree. I think Mike, he is starting to hit his trajectory where now the work and the catalog has to speak for itself. They're coming at you musically, man. And at the end of the day,
TV shows, nigga.
Ain't you hip hop?
Yeah, we coming at you for the thing that brought you in the game. You know what I'm saying? The thing that you was doing, you trolling, you single-handedly ruined your own career. Like, where's that musical 50 at? Yeah, you making shows, yeah, you doing things for the TV. It would have been good for the culture either way. It would have brought back, you never know what it would have brought back, because you could have brought out G-Unit, it could have revamped the G-Unit game. I had the G-Unit game on PlayStation, that shit was fire. Like, it could have
also T.I. got a crew. You know what I mean, Mike? He got a crew. It
could have brought it. It would have gave you and others a chance to try.
Well, I think the one thing that's going to hurt his legacy ultimately, Mike, is that you can't you control, bro, and we love it, right, Mike? But now we in that era where it has to be substance behind it. I wonder if it's going to be a peak to it.
It's super corny. Like it's almost like I was having a conversation, like, you know how a child will keep doing something and you
Right.
continue to let them do it because they think it's cute. And now you're like, all right, now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. Now it's getting to the point that he has trolled so much, bro, that it's like, all right, bro, you corny. Like, you corny as fuck now. Like, come on. What else?
I agree.
What else can you do? What other tricks can be done? Because this right here, you need a new stick. This ain't it.
I agree, Mike, and I believe the streets and people are talking about it more and more, Mike. I agree. I think that subject is something that's interesting. It ain't going nowhere. We not ducking it and we not dodging it, Mike. And Mike, for the last time of Black History Month, Mike, man, I think we did a good job. It's the last week. We got to celebrate it, Mike. And I think we got to celebrate some of our sisters in the cause, Mike. So I'm going to give ladies
Yeah.
that my top 5 Black American women that have graced this country. Number 1, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Number 2, Dr. George DeGruy. Number 3, Afeni Shakur. Number 4, Asada Shakur. And number 5, Shahrazad Ali. Mike, your favorite Black American women that have graced this country, excluding your mom and your ladies. You got to give the knowledge. You know that. You can't get the low hanging fruit. Take your time. You still
Hey,
got
no,
Coretta King. You got Malcolm X White. Mike, it's so many on the
no,
table.
no. Check this out. I'm gonna do the young ones. I fuck with Jasmine Crockett because she not, even though she got she rough around the edges. I gotta get her flowers because every chance she get a chance to stick it to the white man or the wrong man, she do it. Um, I gotta shout out a family member too. A lot of people don't know her, but my cousin, she is big time in the defense industry. Shout out to my cousin.
Shout out
Goddamn
to her.
Ashley Davidson. She's one of the VPs at Lockheed Martin. So that's huge and progressive in the defense industry. Um, I forgot I forgot the high ranking military lady that got fired by Trump.
I remember
Um,
that. I remember that.
I forgot her name. I really did. We were talking about it at dinner tonight, but I would like to shout her out personally because not only were you a high-ranking Black woman in that office, in the military branch of, I think she was a general, she refused to do the things that he wanted her to do, and they let her go.
Wow. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that. I remember that.
Another Black woman. I shout out any Black woman. It ain't a top 5, but any Black woman that is in our education system that is trying with the resources that they have that are low resources and not getting paid what they're worth. I shout them out too, due to the simple fact that they are still providing substantial education to the youth.
Shout out, man. Great list. Great list. We want to give you that close to wrap up at the end of Black History Month because it's important that we show all love and all contentions, Mike. And Mike, it's another thing that made me cause to pause. You know, some stuff you see, Mike, and you really can't answer it, but some people ask questions and make you think, Mike, how did Mr. Beast blow up and big as he got? And who watches his videos? Let's take a listen.
His primary audience is kids, is it not?
Yeah, it's children. And now he wants to open a bank, or he's opening a bank. You can
a bank. What the heck? What?
Yeah, your kids can get a Mr. Beast credit card. Oh boy, can't wait.
Sounds like you,
Mike. Take off on the family.
Okay, I'm gonna come from 2 standpoints. The first standpoint, like you said, where did this gentleman come from, right? No one, no YouTuber, nobody amassed a success that much that they become a billionaire. I am saying plant. Secondly, if we're gonna guard our children, we need to guard our children from Trojan horses, which call themselves the beast. If you think about what the beast is, the beast was the mark of the devil. So his main audience is children. He's building a bank to have children have credit cards. That is a super red flag to me due to the simple fact that we are not taught about financial literacy and credit cards. We're not taught about using debt to our advantage. We use debt to a disadvantage, and we already are some of people in our culture have had bad credit due to the simple fact that their parents have put them in that situation. So I am just simply thinking that parents are going to think this is a great idea and put their child in a dangerous situation, all in the name of the YouTuber that they love. Where did he come from? He came from North Carolina. He just started watching, making videos. All of a sudden, he becomes the biggest YouTube star. All of a sudden, but see, it started out wholesome, right? And it always does. It started out wholesome. He started getting money off YouTube. He started blessing people. Uh, he started getting bigger. He started blessing people, Christ-like, right? Blessing people, right? Then he started getting bigger and bigger. Now he's starting to do things where, what would you do for this money? How would you do this for this money? He had a show where it was over 500 people in a small town in North Carolina where he built this complex and they were doing different things, different acts, degrading acts, doing different crazy things for money. The love of money is the root of all evil, and greed is just one of the seven deadly sins. So these are the things that he is representing. Um, Yes, it started out wholesome, but once he amassed so much income, it's starting to say, okay, what is
I
he really
don't
doing?
the funny thing about it. Shout out to D. I agree. I don't know anybody that watches him, Mike. For his big
Bro,
audience, Mike, who
people,
watches him? Who are his fans, Mike?
children, not a lot of adults. It's more so children between the ages of 7 and 15.
Shout out to a subscriber, Mike. Nina Turner, Fannie Willis, Coretta Scott King, Madam CJ Walker, Hellified List. Throw us one more in there. Oh, yeah, y'all. Everybody drop in the chat. Yo, top 5 Black American women for Black History Month, because we got to shout out to sisters that do well. But Mike, I'm gonna take off on it too, Mike. Like you said, he came out of nowhere, Mike. He's kind of nerdy. Who is his fan? Like you said, Mike, who really? I don't know anybody that he has the gravitation to pull from. Where were his come up videos? How did he get so big? Where were his videos before he got big? I only heard of him as he got super big. Like you said, Mike, where was his trajectory? You from North Carolina? What part? Where at?
Right.
You saw the struggle videos. How do you make content with 100 million subscribers? It almost seems fake.
Bro.
It seems like a plant, Mike. Like you said, everything you were saying, Mike, you are absolute. And that spiritual side, Mike, you hit that nail on the head. That was a good take. I just don't know who his audience and fan base. They say kids, Mike, but it's white children, black kids don't watch him, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, who watches him?
He got a hold on everybody.
I just, as I see it, Mike, I think about it, it's just like, okay, is he really as big as they say, Mike, though?
Yes.
It's crazy. Now, Mike, is the content that good, or is it just he's big?
I watched some of the videos. I watched some of the videos, bro, but it's kind of like silly. It's kind of like, okay, me, you, and the four horsemen, and that's what we call our crew. We're gonna put a Porsche right here. Whoever takes their hand off the Porsche last gets the Porsche. It started out like that, or like pranks, or like just, hey, I want to help somebody out. It started out with him like really truly giving and being like philanthropic. It really did.
Facts. Hey, I'm telling you, facts. Majority of my elementary school asked for him or Durham. That's true. I heard about that, D. Facts. Now, one of his videos, a viral video. I don't know. No, like I said, y'all, there is no
nothing. It's nothing like it's nothing amazing about it at all.
No, I agree, fam. I agree. I also think, Mike, we are in a time where the world is changing, y'all. Mike, in the past 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, did you know that the alcohol industry, Mike, because of Gen Z, has went down almost $830 billion, Mike? $830 billion, Mike.
The kids ain't drinking like the grown folks, huh? Good.
What do you think is causing it, dog?
I think it's more drugs. I think it's more we drunk a lot. Alcohol was our problem, our issue, our go-to. These kids are popping pills, bro. And to be real with you, I'm absolutely 100% happy that the alcohol industry is losing money. Because we have to understand where alcohol really derives from. A lot of people don't understand that it has older people call it spirits. From a spiritual background, it's called alcohol, right? It's a Middle Eastern word, not a Middle Eastern word, it's a Slavic word, but it's basically saying spirits. But you got to think of everything that it does. It deteriorates your body, it kills your liver, it puts you in an altered state of mind where you cannot control yourself. So we drink this for the consumption of enjoyment, but it's not really enjoyment. And it poisons, it kills, and it destroys. And I'm 100%, it's other positive things or other things we could be doing with our body other than that. So I'm glad they're losing their money. I guess just the younger kids, they ain't getting turned up.
Well, I think, Mike, it costs too damn much. That's number one, Mike. Mike, liquor was $12 back in the day. If you go to any bar, y'all, premium is 20, 25.
20, bro. You paying off rip for one mixed drink is $17. And then it's not even, bro, like it's a scam when you go out to the bar because it's not even strong. Like if getting fucked up is what I came to do, this 1 ounce of liquor that you put in this fruity or whatever juice that you put it in ain't gonna fucking cut it.
Yeah, I
Niggas
think that's the biggest
thinking
thing.
at home, bro.
There has been a rush on, ladies and gentlemen, on prices. People don't understand how bad the economy is, Mike. People acting like everything good, but the alcohol industry is down $800 billion. That's because there ain't no money for people.
That's a lot of money, and we got to think about how much 800 billion is, right? So if they're losing out on $800 billion, where did that money go to? The money didn't cease to exist. What happens is that the inflation, the debt to income ratio of the people that are purchasing it, and all the things that are happening in the world are catching up to these industries. You're almost going to be no longer able to thrive on the people because the people ain't got it. we ain't it's gonna come to a point where just shit is gonna cost way too much. Shit is already starting to cost way too much. I had went somewhere the other day, Terrell, and I was like, God damn, $50.
Mike, I'm telling you right now, people talk about it, man. I always tell people, man, you got to understand younger people need deals. Ain't no deals for young people no more. You feel me, Mike? If we was in college, Mike, it was a little deal night, dollar shot, dollar. You know them joints, Mike? What a dollar spots at? Ain't no dollar spots no more. Y'all want to charge them premium. Y'all want to charge them big dollars and big money. That's the reason young people ain't going.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. The white establishments have it made a little bit better to me than the black establishments when it comes to drinking in a bar, right? White establishment will let you come in for free because they know the food and the alcohol will be their moneymaker and they what they will thrive on. A black establishment not only is going to charge you for the food and liquor, but we're going to charge you to get inside, which makes less sense to me because I'd rather have you come inside for no cover charge. I take your ID and you will be willing to spend more. However, the cover charge aspect, right? That should be $20 to $50. I didn't already spend $50 to get in here. I don't know if I'm about to spend another 20 on a drink that's not even gonna get me drunk. And don't let me get a section because this is section culture now. Now I done already spent $1,200 and it come with a bottle. And like you get what I'm saying? Like, and then it's not even multiple bottles. It's niggas sharing bottles.
Well, I think the one thing my pop said that was true, Mike, and I give my shout out to Papa for saying this to me.
First of all, how is your pop doing? I know it's not the right time to ask.
Maybe 65, might be 60 something, right? But one thing he said, Mike, he's in the cooking industry now, Mike. He changed over, left construction, Mike. Remember, y'all, back in the day, to have a restaurant or a business, Mike, you had to be skilled as a chef.
Facts.
You think about it, Mike, and
some type of culinary skill, bro. You had to go to school.
Mike, and that's the reason why all the food tastes the same, look the same, everything is the same. Mike, remember, Mike, we are the generation now, Mike, of the scaling. Remember that era, Mike? Get your own business, scale it, make up multiple shops. When you scale or commercialize something, work in corporate, scaling means make consistent. It's not the quality, it's not the service. It's not the credit to the consumer. It's how do I squeeze everything out of you to get money, Mike? That's the truth. So we are seeing that right now in our black version of clubs because, Mike, remember, we're from the earn your leisure, get the bag, Gary, all that, Mike. Get a business, open another business. So the people are actually trying to implement that, but they don't understand that you don't make profit share from nightclubs, Mike.
No, bro.
So you're trying to maximize your profit share from the nightclub without understanding a nightclub is a decent living life, Mike. You ain't supposed to be 6-7 figures, Mike.
No.
You're supposed to be okay. You feel me saying, Mike? But y'all get one nightclub and y'all want to make millions. That's why you charging parking. That's why you charging entry. That's why you charging the section. And once I heard that, Mike, I was like, Pop's absolutely right, Mike. Back in the day, Mike, remember what they had to do? You had to go to the bar and get a drink. That was it.
That's it, bro.
Understood you couldn't get rich off the club. Now people are trying to get rich off of these businesses, Mike.
Bro,
And
but they're
that's
not even selling the experience. They not
Yes.
even back in our time, it was an experience. They were selling experiences. That's why I was willing to pay so much money. Now, like, bro, I'm gonna give you an example too about selling an experience. One of my homeboys, he and his shorty went out, and they live in Houston too. Went out in Houston, right? This nigga said I had to pay $40 to park. I get in there, it's a restaurant where they do shows, like they have people on the countertops dancing. He was like, they had a weak ass Valentine's Day menu, and it was expensive. They only allowed you to get 4 things, a few appetizers. Like it was a very limited menu to keep the kitchen fast, right? And that's cool. But like they cut the corners on the things that they are known for, which was the experience portion of the business, and they cut the corners just to make Valentine's Day cookie cutter, right? But they took away from what they really were. And my homeboy was like, bro, I'd never go back to that restaurant. That shit sucked. They made me spend $100 per person. Bro, you was already most likely gonna spend $250 anyway, right? Like when you really think about it, you taking your lady out, entrees, drinks, appetizers, about $250, right? That's plausible. But now you gonna make me spend $100 on myself, and you gonna make me spend $100 on my date? I don't even want to come no more, cuz. And not that I'm cheap, I just don't think that's a good experience. Now you're
Again,
forced to.
there are no chefs, Mike. People are getting restaurants, Mike, hiring any damn body, throwing them in the kitchen, Mike, saying, cook this. Mike, can't you tell? That's why the quality of food is the same. That's why there is no creativity. There is no creativity. Mike, what is every spot got? Mike, I can tell you every spot in the city before I get there. You ready, Mike? Ready. Chicken and waffles.
Yep, lamb chops.
Lamb chops. It's the same mac and cheese.
Yep.
Lobster mac and cheese.
Yes, bro.
It's the same menu everywhere because we are caught up in, I'm going to scale the business. I'm going to make it profitable. There is no customization. There is no, this is what I sell to be unique. Once Pop sent me that, Mike, I said, oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to flip it, Mike. They running it as a hustle, but they don't know a restaurant is a creative thing. It is a very intimate. Mike, speaking about intimacy.
It's a science behind it.
Facts, man. One buddy got goose wasting money. Facts, man. Strip club. Hey, OnlyFans tanking the strip club. 50 for. Hey, look, they pay 50 to park. I'm leaving, dog. And all of those y'all, they're trying to hustle you so quick. Strip clubs, all that stuff. There is no more creativity to you. Now it's all transactions based. And they don't understand. If you win me, hey Mike, if I sell on price, you lose me on price.
Facts.
If I sell on price, if everything
that's
I have,
business, bro, that's business 101. That's the first thing you learn when you take a business class.
Hey, you sell on price, you lose on price. I position you on this, I'm gonna lose you on this.
Yeah.
And Mike, the reason why this is such a big topic, y'all, while we going on it, is that there is a documentary going out right now, Mike, really getting deep about the state of hip hop and rap, Mike, and it was kind of interesting. Mike, remember when that conversation we had a few weeks ago about the different coasts speaking on hip hop? Man, as soon as I said it, Mike, we always find something about what we about to get and drop. Take it, listen, Mike, pay attention.
Short would literally get 2 tapes and loop a tape and record that loop on a tape. The same, and that's how Oakland hip hop got its thing going. Had nothing to do with Cool Herc, had nothing to do with Jamaica, had nothing to do with Puerto Rico, even had nothing to do with New York. This is a Black American cultural art form. And in 86, you get Luke's record label, Skywalker, you get Rap a Lot, and you also get Ruthless out of LA. LA, Houston, Miami, 1986. Miami sound comes from LA, not New York. So as you see hip hop's early days of forming, we're learning from each other all throughout the nation. There's an interconnectedness within Black American culture that doesn't need inspiration from, if you listen to KRS-One tell it or Pete Rock tell it, they'll tell you it's Jamaican. And I know we're going to get people, I always get those people, like when I clip this up, they're going to be people saying, oh, you're just hating on New York. Get over yourself if that's how you feel. Fuck you and your feelings. I'm not here to appease anybody's feelings, but I am here to give credit where credit is due, because Rap a Lot Records, Scarface, Prince, they shouldn't be Willie D. These people shouldn't be othered and put into the side and written out of history, because instead of talking about them, you want to say hip hop as Caribbean and Jamaica.
Mike, I've been told you this before. The state of hip hop is too focused on New York City, Mike, and we need other leaders, icons from other parts of the culture talking about it. Because I agree, Mike. New York, LA sounds nothing like New York. Oakland sounds nothing like LA. Houston, even Virginia Beach, Pharrell and them, they don't sound anything like New York, Mike. As the music guy that you're talking about, why hasn't that narrative been pushed more, Mike, about other coasts really speaking on how they got the influence? Because I think New York has taken the oxygen out the room, and I personally don't think that influence has been that great, Mike. I really don't.
See, people get the hip hop thing misconstrued because the birthplace of hip hop is from New York, right? So that's the thing. Like, being that it was born there, everybody makes seems like, oh, New York was it. But like I think New York is always gonna have a spot in everybody's heart. But I think the spot in everybody's heart is also dying. Like, they have not, we talk about this all the time. They have not reinvented themselves. And when they did, it was drill. And that shit sucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's whack. Y'all let 6ix9ine bring that from the city.
Come on, bro.
Like, I just don't. And it's not, it's just the point of relevance is getting lost because we don't like all that. Like, it's aggressive. Like, we have to be, instead of aggressive, we have to be progressive. And I don't think no one in New York is being progressive. It's dying out in the music world. We had a lot of great people from New York in the beginning of it. LL Cool J, Cool Herc, all those people, Nas, but music is not that anymore, right? And I don't think nobody is trying to bring it back, because every time I think about a New York artist, who they got? A Boogie with the Hoodie, Dave East, shit. I don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, it's
That's
like
it.
we need something from you, man.
I work at Applebee's back in the day. I microwave a steak and say it was, pray for me. You stupid, man. I love it. He said a bunch of old heads reminiscing. Bro, you look older than me, dog. What are you talking about? You look rough, my boy.
Hey, you still got the box fade, bro. And I'm gonna leave it there.
Hey, no, he can't talk. You look older than me, my boy. What you talking about? He look older than me and you, Mike. Hey, and I guarantee he don't know hip hop like that. He don't know Mike. He don't know Mike know his stuff. But keep cooking, Mike. It made me laugh though. But he look older than both of us.
And what am I reminiscing on, bro? I'm just stating the fact that New York hasn't done anything musically in hip hop for a while now to shift the culture change. It's been the South forever now. It's been LA forever now. It's been Houston forever now.
No, I agree, Mike. I think New York has overstated its hand because, man, they don't have the influence. They ain't had the influence in a long time. I always like to tell people that, number one, they ain't had the influence in years, man. They try to front. That's why I don't get it why that microphone is still so big, Mike, because you're not breaking artists. You have no sound. You have no sway. None of y'all New York artists interview pop. Nobody is imitating, looking like, acting like, associated with what y'all have going on. Again, the culture has shifted.
Yeah.
And like that brother said, Mike, when you speaking about this cultural impact, it's all down south artists. All of them. We ain't talk, who in New York has popped in the past 20 years? 10, 15.
Pop Smoke was on his way, but that was it.
That's it, Mike. R.I.P. to the brother, but he been gone for a minute now.
Yeah, and ain't nobody took hold of it.
But I'm telling you, Mike, it's because I think they're too insular, Mike. For real. And I really think that is the state of the culture we see, what is built upon, and why we see those issues keep turning around and on something. Mike, J. Cole had his album, but he broke down in an interview recently about his discography. Before you give your take on the album as you listen to it, I want to hear your take on it, brother. Take a listen.
Play on my albums, you find you a letter revealed. As soon as I know, come here, look what I wrote. That's just me saying, like, yo, if you hear the whole progression from the come up, the warm up, Friday Night Lights, Sideline Story, Born Center, Forest Hill Drive, those, and then going into the fall off, it's a progression of my whole life. To me, For Your Eyes Only, KOD, the off season, and even Might Delete Later, those are side quests. Concepts. The concept out, For Your Eyes Only and KOD concepts. The off season Might Delete Later, it's like practice. It's just me. It's just lyrical exercise. It's just me practicing to get to the fall off, which is the continuation of the J. Cole story. Jermaine in the form, Jermaine's life story in the form of this J. Cole character. So when you hear me say, this is suicide note, come here, look what I wrote. I'm about to kill. It's me basically saying, like, man, I'm done with that. I took you to the end. I took you to 29 years old, because that's when Forest Hill Drive dropped. So I took you back to 29. Then I gave you the life update at 39. I don't have nothing else to say as Jermaine via J. Cole. I'm a rap probably. I'll hop on a song probably. I might even fuck around. If I get inspired enough, I may do an album. But I don't care to continue that story. The fall off is like a continuation of the J. Cole story. If you listen to Forest Hill Drive, that's Jermaine via J. Cole. If you listen to For Your Eyes Only, that's not Jermaine via J. Cole. If you listen to KOD, that's not Jermaine via J. Cole. If you listen to the off season and even Might Delete Later, man, that's just me practicing. You know what I mean? You might get a little sprinkle here and there.
Because you always gonna get substance. That's never gonna be lit.
But when you play the fall off, you get in Jermaine. You sitting in a passenger seat with Jermaine.
And that's why it's
tired.
Mike, now that you heard how J. Cole, Jermaine Cole, he confused the hell out of me, Mike. I ain't gonna hold you. Broke down his discography.
I agree. I'm a Cole fan, bro. I agree with everything he said. Now, the only thing I'm saying is this: the album was dope, but do I think this is the album, this the last one, this is the one I'ma stop on, I'm never gonna rap like this again? Nah, nigga, I think you missed the mark. You know what I'm saying? Like to say, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was a good body of work. I listened to it multiple times. But to say to me, right, this is the last one I'm gonna do. This is the end of the chapter. This is me closing the book. I don't think so. I don't think it gave that. Like, I think it gave good album, and I think I agree with what he said. But if you listen very closely, and they always give you hints, J. Cole is a character. I have provided you with the story of this character from his age 29. It's the death of a character. This is my suicide note. I'm killing off that portion of my life. Me and you talk about this all the time. It's the diversity. It's the brand. He's really feeling like Andre 3000, where I have reached a limit of what I can rap about, and I don't feel like nothing is inspiring me anymore. I'm over the age of 39, and I'm doing things a little differently now, and my life is different. I don't feel inspired enough to rap like this. The story is over. So I get that. But last album, get that? Nah, I wouldn't give it that. Well, you heard the album. Do you agree or disagree with what I said?
No, I agree. I thought I gave it one spin, Mike. Great storytelling, but play what's it called? Playability back, replay value?
Yeah.
No. I didn't feel like it had tremendous replay value. You know what I'm saying? It was like one time I heard it, I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Yeah, it's not a forest album. It's not
way
a
more
forest
replay.
Yeah, it's not any of those earlier albums that he mentioned. You know what I'm saying? But Cole is a good artist, and goodbye, Cole. I mean, and it's beautiful because that is somebody that's realizing that you can't do this forever. Like I'm about to be 40 plus. What I'm about to be rapping about as a 40-plus-year-old man, I might throw a song out here and there. I'm diversifying my brand and I'm gonna probably focus on something different. I applaud that, bro. I wish more artists would do that. We wish Wayne would do that for sure. We wish some of our favorites would have did that because you want to know why? That what this move does sustains the legacy.
Phenomenal take, Mike. I can't push back on that. I also think, Mike, there is the other side of the spectrum, Mike, and I'm gonna play a good video. Mike could be hitting on my pockets before he even say it about what happens when you don't age gracefully. Ty Dolla $ign in a recent interview mentioned how he would send Drake songs, but since he made a song this way, just take a listen.
But I do got more songs with Drake than Kendrick.
Oh,
So
wow.
that.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds good too.
Alchemist or Kendrick? Drake ain't never sent a feature back though.
So you've been on
Drake's shit. I've been on several Drake albums, but he ain't never blessed me with a feature. Oh, Kendrick has though.
Yeah.
Did you catch that, Mike?
I've been on mad Drake albums, but he's never blessed me with the feature. That shows a colonizer. That shows a taker, not a giver, a culture vulture. Maybe what we keep saying is, damn, Kendrick was right all along. Like, nigga, you bless this nigga with verses and hooks all the time, and this nigga ain't never blessed you with a feature? And y'all have a working relationship?
No, it's not. Well, it's always been who he is, Mike. Can we be surprised by it?
No, I'm not surprised, but that also goes to show this nigga Drake be giving out maybe your money won't up for a feature. Cause that nigga Drake give up features a lot. So the fact that you have been think about it, Migos, if you it was at one point in the culture that if you didn't have a Drake feature, your shit wasn't hot. So think about all of that.
You have to be ascending or moving up where Drake can control the nerve to get a feature, Mike. He won't help an established artist. You notice that? I noticed that when God said that. He will ride the wave of somebody ascending. But if you are already, because Mike, NBA Youngboy and Drake don't have a song together.
Nope. And Ty Dolla $ign is already established.
Think about that, Mike. And when I heard that, I was like, damn, he don't. Mike, anybody that's established, he doesn't have songs with.
No, and that shit is crazy. But to think about it as an artist, right? Like, damn, that nigga had me on hella his songs. I did hella Drake features. Damn.
Mike, he was wearing Lil Baby out for 2 years. Remember that, Mike?
Yeah.
But you ain't heard Lil Baby song in a minute.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. When you really think about an artist saying that, though, think about a nigga like, nigga, we put in work together. I be on your shit. And then when you that's a epiphany. That's an aha moment right there. Like, yeah, that nigga ain't never been on none of my shit though. That mean he don't even think your shit like that.
That's the point, Mike. I can benefit from you because that again, Mike, outside of our culture, Mike. I gotta take what I can from you, but when it's time to do it the other way, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying in real time.
Ty be like, oh, I like that. Nah, bro, it's cool.
No, I'm good. We keeping our arms distance on that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's all we're seeing in real time, Mike. In the state of hip hop, like the state of black culture, Mike, we are standing on that, Mike. The new energy is, Mike, the movement. You know, everybody been asking why y'all keep saying black movement, because we got to speak on these things, Mike. As we said, we are focused on us, Mike. And as we continue to hammer that energy, Mike, beat that drum. Why do people have such a problem with that issue, Mike, that black Americans right now are staying focused on what we need, Mike? Why do you think that is, dog?
Because historically, we have always had everybody's back. So if you think about it, right? The person that saves everybody from the bully in school, right? That's us as a culture. Anybody that's ever talked to, not even just the bully, like, oh, you doing something? I'm there. Everybody's seen the kid in high school that supports everybody, and then the kid in high school wants to do something and nobody supports them. So that's why we are taking it and we standing on. If it doesn't appease us, we not moving. Because so many years, like, come on, man. How many times our people get killed in the street? How many times our people been disenfranchised? How many times our people been hurt, bit, fought, killed, stabbed, whatever, and people just yeah, the black plight is only cool when you could get money off of it. So now that it's the younger generation, And it all started with the millennials like, yo, nah, fuck that, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And the younger generation is even more like that. Is now it's a problem. And it's a problem because it was like Mike Jones said, back then you didn't want me. Now we hot, you all own us. But it's just the simplicity of y'all thought that the cheerleader, the coach, the I'ma help you out, the we gonna be there, we got your back. Y'all thought that as a culture was always gonna be there. My mom always say you don't miss shit till the well dry, right? The well's dry. The well is 100% dry.
I think for me, Mike, the overall spitting in your face about we work so much harder, Mike. We do more. And ain't nobody worked harder than we had to work to get in this country, and y'all get more benefits, Mike. When I saw all these programs, Mike, tell me the programs you qualified for when you got in college. Tell me the free money they gave you.
Zero.
Tell me the programs, anything that was offered to you, Mike, knowing you deserved it. You feel what I'm saying, Mike? And
First
seeing
of
all
all,
free money, Mike, that free SBA loans, all that stuff they giving out, Mike. When they ever say that we can get into that stuff, Mike?
Facts.
That's the main problem, man. So I just think the energy for that, Mike, is the biggest shift. Like I said, in our lifetime, we are reading the contract, y'all. I'm gonna show you something, Mike, that blew my mind. TSU, Mike, the main college in Houston, right, Mike?
Right.
In a 4-year span, Mike, they should start auditing all university. Mike, what do you think TSU graduation rate is in the 4-year span?
Man, that shit better be over 50%.
16%, Mike.
Where's the money going?
Mike, you know where it's going. We getting them kids and we flip. Mike, what's Hampton's graduation rate in 4 years, Mike? Let's look at it for real.
Pull it up.
If we down the numbers, Mike, I don't know. The numbers are not posted everywhere, Mike. But let's think about now, Mike, in our situation, Mike. In a 4-year span.
Bro, 16% of the people that you push through them doors don't come out them doors? Only 16% of the people?
Just think about it ourselves, Mike.
Where the money?
Mike, how many brothers we went to Hampton graduated with? Did we went to Hampton with? Think about it. They went to school with, Mike.
Because the money started running out. The
There
people
you go.
couldn't.
Mike, now I'm thinking about it like, damn, was it a lot of brothers that James Hall went to school with, Mike? Some of them stopped. You know what I mean, Mike? A lot of them did end up going. You know how it go, Mike?
16%.
Mike, they ain't the lowest one, Mike. They showing all these. The numbers are coming out, Mike. Mike, if we audit these colleges, Mike, for real, all colleges
do better, bro. 100% need to do better. You taking people money. You taking people money. You taking thousands. And bro, how many people go to college? Let's say, okay, small number, right? Small number. Let's do Hampton, right? When we were at Hampton, there was 5,000 people on campus, which is a small town, small city, right? Each of those people at that point in time was tuition was what? 30,000?
Mike. Let me do the math. Mike.
Do the math. 5,000 times 30,000 is what?
5,000. Let me do the math, y'all. 5 times 30,000. Like, you said 30,000, Mike, times 5,000. Mike, that's $150 million, Mike.
Okay. So out of that 150, you got 5,000 people paying that to expect, and that's per year. You know what I'm saying?
Times it about 4 years, Mike. That's $600 million, Mike.
Okay. So $600 million, and out of the $600 million paid, let's say we were TSU, 16% of those people that paid $16 million. I mean, 100. What was it? Anyway, 600 million, right? Out of $600 million, 16% of the people graduated.
That's less. That Mike. That's less than 60. That is so crazy, Mike. We put the number in perspective.
Money grab, bro. Money grab. Money grab.
I think it's already been a money grab, Mike. Because like I said, there is no guarantees after you graduate now.
No. And I'm gonna be real with you. You're better off getting certificates in AI and different things right now than like a 4-year degree, because I'm gonna be real with you. You put yourself at a disadvantage because the student debt is killing everybody. I don't understand why the country would even allow that to happen. You got people going to school for 4 years, coming out of school on $120,000, and only getting a job for between $30,000 and $50,000. Now you have your good people that went to school and did a little better and are able to amass six figures. But if you 100% thinking about it, the majority of the people are not touching six figures and are in debt for between $30,000 to $120,000. How is that fair? How can I succeed if I just graduated college and only got a job, an entry level position for $40,000, and I owe 120? I'm in the hole, and it's
Mike,
thousands of kids like that.
to go deeper, Mike, for the audience, the average cost of college tuition right now is $58,000. 50. Let's do the rough math, y'all. 50 times 4 is $200,000.
Period.
Mike, that's before you get the car.
Yeah.
That's before you travel. That's before you get the crib. But when you get out the gate at 19, 20 something years old, 200 racks, Mike? Come on, man.
But think about it like this too. And the goal of college, most of the time in the Black community, is to find a spouse, right? Or to find someone educated, right? So let's think about it like this. For those that are raising a little boy, or those that are raising a little girl, but mostly
Girl coming in May, for sure. Girl coming in May for you.
little niece coming in May. Can't wait. Bro, and I know I gotta call an RSVP, but I will be in attendance, bro. So
I already know, fam. I already know. Keep cooking. I know you cooking.
check this out. So you have a son, right, Terrell? Your son graduates college. Your son is now negative 120,000, right? The establishment of marriage is to go and be a business contract, right? Now, this little girl goes to college. This little girl gets a degree. Say they both went to Hampton, right? Hampton love story. Now we have two people joining together, and their debt to income ratio is already fucked because that's $240,000 owed. Not only is it unsmart to get married at that time, because now you're inheriting your wife's college debt and your wife is now inheriting your college debt. And if you sign up to say, I would like to be with this person, that person is now responsible if you default on your loans for you not paying your shit. So now potentially, right, my son is responsible for $240,000.
Man, that is scary as hell, Mike, man. That is so scary. I agree. We got to talk about these things, man.
No one thinks about it like that, bro.
No, you got to, Mike. And like I said, Mike, there is no guarantee post the society we in for even employment, Mike. That's just graduation. That ain't job opportunity, Mike. That ain't employment. If jobs were 100% guaranteed, it wouldn't be no issue. But
Because they hit you with the scam. Oh, you don't have experience, so you better have had an internship or something, because most people in college can't get a job because they're studying and they're disciplined. So what type of work experience can you obviously obtain? So now you have to accept a job for lower wage because you're not experienced.
No, I agree,
It's
fam.
crazy when you really it's crazy when you really think about how much money these kids are owing, and then they're getting married, and now they owing as a couple over $240,000 in debt. And this is before they got a home. This is before they may be living in an apartment together. Of course, after college and you get your first job, you want to get that nice car. So this is before the car. This is $240,000 in debt that both of these people have amassed. Because if you marry somebody, you are agreeing that you are signing up for their debt as well. Who decided that was a thing? Because you get what I'm saying? Like when we really think about these rules that are in place, like who put that in place? When I married this young lady and she has school loans, why are her school loans now my responsibility? Because she took on my last name. You get what I'm saying? No one thinks about these things, Terrell. And
Well,
these are
again,
real.
we don't teach mate selection. That's the big thing, man. We don't teach that. We just teach get the bag, and people don't understand the relationship muscles even different from that. The worker muscles and the school muscles are different than relationship muscles, man. You got to have a different set of skills to learn the relationship muscles. So all of that stuff you speaking on, man, is so deep, Mike, man. And as my dog, man, as we continue to close up and shut up shop for another edition of Live on Sunday, Mike, man, tell the people what you got going on for the week, family. What you got going on, all that good stuff, dog. My dog Mike dropped a lot of gems tonight.
Hey, this week is about personal growth. I invite you all to come on this personal growth journey with me. Some of my goals, and I didn't set any New Year's resolutions because we need to set everyday resolutions, not just once every 365 days. We need to set realistic everyday resolutions. My everyday resolution is I need to do something physical with outside of walking around my building at work. So I need to do something physical, whether it's push-ups, sit-ups, working out, but I need to move my body and I need to do something focusing on health, right? That goes for conscious eating. Secondly, uh, I need to save money. For the simple fact that spending too much money is not good. You always need a nest egg, you always need an emergency fund, and a lot of people are doing it, but to discipline yourself and to stop spending, that's my second goal. And
Hey,
third,
somebody responded back to you, Mike. My daughter found out that going to school ain't the same as passing the bar. Now she has to be certified, and that costs $5,000 to take a damn bar. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. That's a scam. That's a
facts.
scam. Go ahead, bro.
She
I couldn't.
graduated college and she has her Juris Doctor's degree, which costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now she not only she's ready for the bar exam, which is an additional $5,000. Everything that we're doing for education costs. It's a money grab. And
Facts,
she
man.
will forever be and granted with the good law degree, she can be able to afford to pay that 200,000+ back. But come on, man, she got a high career, but already in the hole, her whole salary.
Go ahead, Mike. Close it out strong, baby. My bad. I had to show you that. I figured my dog wanted to see that one.
You all good. You all good. But hey, check this out. Self-preservation is the name of the game. Do something better each and every day. Put your mind to it. Don't be lazy. Whether it's cleaning up your house, but do something to make yourself better. That's what I'm really focusing on. I'm trying to make myself better. I'm trying to be a better human every day that I can, spiritually, financially, and mentally, and physically. And I invite you in my journey. Do it with me. I need some accountability partners.
That's what I'm talking about, Mike. Where can they find you at, dog?
Hey, I keep saying this in construction. I will be posting a picture on my Instagram and Facebook to show that I'm alive.
Facts. I hope she passes it too. We do.
She will.
Mike,
She will pass. You want to know why your daughter's going to pass? Because God didn't bring her all the way through law school, all the way to from undergrad to get her Juris Doctor degree to just not pass the bar. It doesn't
Shout
work
out.
like he has put in way too much work for that moment. It's going to happen. Claim it, and it already is so.
Shout out to my dog, where my call at for the gym.
Hey man, I love you, bro.
See you too, dog. Peace. And my dog got to get in there. Quick validation, man. That was awesome, y'all. While we continue to go, I got 3 more topics for the live on Sunday. If you in Texas, man, you know I like to give y'all all records and information. This is very, very important. Dallas, Fort Worth area, where you at? Hopefully you get to chime into the chat. I got a video I want you to hear. Pay attention.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly. I live in Aubrey. I'm a formal Frisco resident, but my kids still live in Frisco and work in Frisco as well. The rapid demographics change in Frisco is the result of steering the Indian community for tax benefits at the expense of locals losing jobs and massive culture change. I hold a Texas real estate license, and I was an assistant property manager for a company that owns apartment communities in Frisco and in their surrounding areas. In the apartments, a person from India will come in, fill out an application, and they will get approved. And then on move-in day, the qualifying person is nowhere to be found, but a friend will be picking up the keys, and the next thing you know, the original leaseholder is back in India and impossible to get a hold of. That means the person who actually moved in did not have to qualify like everybody else. That is a fair housing issue. Let one applicant who got denied find out, and that is a massive lawsuit waiting to happen. It's happening on such a large scale in Frisco and Plano that is impossible to police. Once an apartment gets in Indian hands, it's over. If they want to move out, they don't honestly let the management company know. They advertise it on various Indian Facebook groups and apps and make sure they do an apartment change to another person from India. No other race or nationality has a chance. And that's only accounting the people that are doing the changes through the office staff. I also see people who were evicted because their job was replaced by H-1B workers, and that can keep you from renting for 4 to 7 years, depending.
All of this right now is happening in the DFW area. So many conversations about Black Americans, but we have current issues in this country brewing. And I just want to break it down to you. That's what the conversation is about.
Meanwhile, people from India are walking in, not even going through the proper channels to apply, while Texans are going homeless. Part of the application process is a background check to make sure you have no felonies and to make sure you are legally here. When they don't go through the proper channels to apply, we don't know who our neighbors are. There is also a lot of crime on top of the fair housing stuff. One apartment in particular had many complaints that people from India were rotating through it like it was a hotel room. Once the apartment was back in our hands, I had to do a move-out inspection, and I found this. It has a name, a passport number, and an address. You can forge documents, such as visas, with somebody else's passport number. This information was on display for anybody coming in to use for whatever reason. I've also witnessed fake technology companies hiring entry-level H-1Bs and paying for 10 apartments at a time while also supplying them with all of their groceries that they need. I have seen too much to talk about in 5 minutes. I have witnessed Americans being laid off in Frisco because their team went to Indian workers, so they had to move back to the state that they came from. The same scammers in the apartments are the ones moving on to buy the houses. The Grove in Frisco boosts this realtor named Ram on their website as being an essential.
To hear all this happen, this fraud happening in the state of Texas, it's shocking, eye-opening, and it's something that must be had. What they are doing, ladies and gentlemen, as she summarizes in her point, DFW is currently under a subleasing issue for H-1B visas. DFW, Dallas, Fort Worth, Plano is a hub for H-1B visas. So people of the Indian descent are subleasing the leases by signing a renewal and not telling people it is a new person under the contract. They don't have to have information. They don't have to have the proper documentation. People are moving back to India, subleasing from them. They're making money on the front end and charging more on the back end. It is a huge fraud scam issue that is going on right now. The state of Dallas is under a massive issue, just like Minnesota with all that fraud and stuff. It is happening in DFW area. Why is it such a big deal? Because the H-1B visa, remember, is a hot button issue for some of our tech skills in this country. They come here, they are skilled. We know they have the issue tasks, but they are pulling these tasks and causing the economy and other people in this area to make artificial rate inflation to be high. Why is it such a big issue, King Crowder? Because you got to know what's happening on in your local market and your local issue. When they're talking about why is rent so high, this is why. When people are coming here abusing the systems, abusing the laws, taking advantage of the systems, the people that are here have to pay for it. You have to pay for it. You have to know what's going on, and you have to be aware of how this affects you personally. Dallas, DFW area, if you live in there, do you know about this issue? Do you know about the Indian fraud scam? I got a couple guys that live up that way, y'all. I had no idea that DFW has such a massive Indian population, but it does. So will we see in real time, will the law be hammered down on this immigration policy issue? Because as we have seen in this country, as we've seen in others, the immigration issues have caused a lot of problems. Remember, the focus was on Black people. Now we are seeing where the problems are really coming from. Why are you talking about this, King Crowder? Remember, everybody talks about the solution has to be on us. But in actuality, the problems and the issues aren't us. They're actually other people from other companies projecting, dumping, and throwing their problems on us because we are choosing not to engage. We are choosing to delineate and separate ourselves. And you know what the delineation movement also showed that was powerful? If you did not know, you know I'm going to always keep you hip and keep you aware. There was a Russian man in Africa knocking them down. There was a Russian man in Africa, I think the country was Kenya or Ghana, was there for a week and caught 15 bodies, sexual time. 15 in 1 week? What was he doing? What he did was expose the white fetish. What he did was expose that there is a white male preference in their country. Not in America, he couldn't go 15-0. Not in America could he do Black American women that way. But what he did was he had the glasses on and he was recording how African women threw themselves at this white European man. Why is this country such a big deal? because all of that, what's it called, snowboarding, swirling topic is not really among FBAs. It's among the non-FBAs. Take a listen.
If any Ghanaian man or Nigerian man or African man had gone anywhere to any Middle Eastern country or even to Russia to go with this agenda, to take camera and unsuspectingly record Russian women and publish it and edit these videos to suit a certain narrative. Do you know what would have happened to Black men in Russia in a span of, do you know their lives would be in danger? That if a Ghanaian man,
they're not Black men, they're African men,
or an African man should go and then come and put this thing on the internet to push a certain narrative, Russian men will not come out and say, our Russian women are cheap. That would not be their immediate reaction. They will not be calling their women cheap. So our men need to really confront their deep-seated lack of responsibility towards us as a collective. They don't have a sense of responsibility and protection towards us. Because again, they are centering themselves, their feelings, and their own bitterness towards women. But no, Ghana has been enjoying favorable PR, over the last few years, and then recently with iShowSpeed's spotlight on Ghana, and then for this to come in, that's embarrassing for all of us.
Well, what's embarrassing is that you need to stop calling us Black men. We the corporate scapegoats. Facts, man, facts. But y'all ain't nothing about no Black man in this issue. This all African problems. Why you throwing in Black American men? Y'all not Black. Y'all are African. You let me know all the time what you are. And I respect it. I'm not mad at it. But don't go in here telling us that we the problem. They was getting off. They were loving Zaddy. They were having fun with their white mind. They were riding the train. Call it what it is, man. Don't throw that on us. Don't put that on us. We over here minding our business, building our preference, and going for our reparations and delineations. The problem is y'all don't talk and keep it real. That white boy went over there and cleaned up. There's no way a Black American man can go to any country in Africa and clean up like that. There's no way. It would be parameters. They would ask questions. But if you haven't seen the video, it wasn't hard. If you want to be embarrassed of the culture that allowed y'all to go like that. The culture that allowed this man go over here without having to put no effort like that. That's the culture that we got to address. Don't put it on Black men. No, we're not doing that. If you're going to do that, hold it accountable in your community. If you're going to do that, Dr. Plague, which I believe you earned your accolades, I know you did, speak on the real issues. Speak on colonization. Speak on the mentality of thinking white ice is better. Speak on the mentality of what you choose to deal with among your people. Don't throw Black man into the mix. This is an African man, African woman issue. And I caught that pivot. Oh, I did. I caught that transition. I caught that scapegoating. I caught you trying to move the goalpost, but I ain't letting it slide. You know I ain't, man. MJ, I'm not letting it slide. What the hell? What the heliante? What the helion? We're not letting that go over here, baby. They wanted to ride the train and got caught. If it was us, we would take that slap on the wrist. We're going to take the L. We're going to take whatever, come with it. But we ain't going to sit right here and lie. That's what you ain't going to do is lie and say we deserved it and we position ourselves into it. We ain't going to lie on that. We're going to own it. We're going to move around and we're going to understand where we stand, baby. So what happened in real time, y'all? You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. The white boy was over there laying it down, knocking it down, having everything he wanted. And then you want to flip around and say it is a Black issue. No, sir. We are not going to allow you to throw stuff on us. That's not what we're going to do. Because when we have our women who say crazy stuff, who do disrespectful stuff, we all speak on it. Oh, you don't believe me, King Crowder? You just talking. Man, we got on the live this week and whole trade trying to hold work. Still talking about this man. This ain't a culture of this. You see the comments about this girl? She publicly still talking about her man who moved on is about to get in a relationship. You don't see Black people accepting that. You don't see a culture of saying, oh, she needs it. No, we are saying, Shawty, you got to move on. This man is about to get married. Why you keep speaking on him in this relationship? It seems obsessive. It seems sad. You look like a loser. Not the individual, but the act you're doing. Yo, I understand he was your man. I understand y'all moved on, but you can't keep talking about somebody that moved on, shawty. That is disrespectful. Now, you got to pick up your change. You got to pick up your ball, and you have to move along. You can no longer move, operate, and do the things you used to do. Bottom line. Because in Black American culture, y'all, we are spinning the wagon. We are laying the law down, and we are champion, going after the new energy and new outcome. And as the final thing on the list, man, I had a lot of people asking me, man, about the great Michael Jackson this week. If we didn't know, Michael Jackson did not bleach his skin. That is foolishness. He had vitiligo. If you've never seen this picture of Mike right here, you can see Mike's skin changing in real time. Beautiful Black American brother, man, from Gary, Indiana. Mike didn't bleach his skin. He had vitiligo. He was a proud Black American who spoke on Black history and who was the scapegoat for a lot of the problems we see in this country. You know what I love about Mike so much, y'all? Mike stood on business. Mike told us early on about the problems we see in this country. Mike warned us about this damn toxic behavior with the Epsteins and all these other people. But they threw Mike under the bus. But Mike stayed solid. He was the greatest musician that ever graced this country. He was one of the greatest Black American icons who ever graced this country. And he is one of our most feared and loved the problem. Mr. Rupture had no problem bleeding African women in several countries with ease. So sad. Africans stop white worship. You ain't lying, bro. Shout out to the brother for saying he came through with that bomb. I agree with you, dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like the most. Yo, you was laying it down, bro. Just own it. He was knocking them down. He was having fun. He was doing what he's supposed to do. But y'all gotta own that. That is a white worship issue. And until you are transparent about y'all problems, you can't get nowhere. The spirit of us and the spirit of y'all is what the difference is. That's all delineation is about, ladies and gentlemen. Delineation is about acknowledging the differences. It's about staying on code when you're being disrespectful. Just like we said in the beginning of the live, it is about checking stuff that ain't right. Remember, there was no pushback to that first creator calling us dirty Black Americans. There wasn't no story time. There wasn't no, hey, let me tell you about this. There was no dropping her locations. There was none of that. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, you saw a form of agreement happening in real time. So what does that mean for you? That means you got to adjust and move like you're supposed to. As we stay on the first live in the beginning, wow, FBAs always have to be the solution. But why can they disrespect us? And I asked that question. And the answer to it is, y'all, they think they can. Before FBA movement, before the new sound and the new movement came through, it was allowed. But we have shook the deaths, changed the culture, and we are not stopping. So moving forward, FBAs will not be a part of the solution. You have to give the solution first. You have to fix your communities first. You have to fix your homelands first. You have to address your problems first. Then you come back to us and we will listen. I didn't say work. I didn't say fix. I didn't say change. I said we will be willing to listen. But the gate is shut. The code is changed. We changed the carpet. We fired everybody. You got to know what this is now. We are no longer only thing that can be a solution on this board, y'all. We are going to love era of ourselves. We are in an era where everything has officially changed. And what could you do? You can A, accept it, B, reject it, or C, understand that FBA is the new mindset and the new wave that will always be respected. I want to thank everybody that chopped it up with me tonight. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing to the channel, man. It is I, your greatest host of the known universe, King Crowder, back again with another edition of Live on Sunday. I will catch my people with another edition of Live on Wednesday. Book of the week, if you didn't catch it earlier, is the great Neely Fuller compensatory race code. Add it to your list. Compensatory race code by the great Neely Fuller. Awesome read. I read it this year. Book review on TikTok from your boy coming up this week. Also, if you need another book that you need to add to your library, Things I Wish My Parents Would Have Taught Me is available on Amazon. By your boy. What else do you, kid boy King Carter cook up this week, man? I got things to cook up where I'm gonna keep my book editing. I'm gonna lock back in for my stories. I'm gonna also try to experiment myself with going another form. Thank you for boosting up my live numbers. Thank you for rocking with your boy as the member of the new media. We're growing in strong. Have the Black Business Group has it in March. I also have my TikTok stories that we're going through. Make sure you tap in with you guys, man. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you love. Like, love, or hate it. I am here for it, man. Most importantly, check on your family, y'all. Check on your loved ones. And I will have more about the trade day this week. Thank you for tapping in for another edition of Live on Wednesday on Sunday. Until next time, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Call, text, and your loved ones. Let them know you're thinking about them. That you love them. Most importantly, you're going to see them soon. Until next time. Yeah.